Hi, thanks for joining me today. Today's video is going to focus on some flow in the beginning, a variation of sun salutation to get the body moving and warm up. And then we're going to be doing some seated poses, some lateral flexion, and some spinal twisting to help benefit the lungs and digestion. This is a beneficial video to do in the fall. We're kind of transitioning into the fall season. So we're going to start. The only thing you may need later is something to sit on. I have a folded up blanket here. You can use a firm cushion or a folded up towel later, but have that handy. But we're going to start standing in mountain pose. So bring your feet hip distance apart. Lift all your toes up off the mat and really feel the connection of the soles of the feet to the earth. So feel the weight in the heels and the balls of the foot. And then spreading the toes, think of placing the toes down from the pinky toe all the way down to the middle, through the middle toe to the big toe, making connection with the earth. Think of lifting the inner arch of the foot. So we don't want the ankles to collapse inward. Lift the inner arch of the foot, the kneecaps, the sternum, lengthen up through the crown of the head. And just close the eyes for a moment. Focus on your breath. Noticing each inhale and exhale, breathing gently in and out of the nose. Notice how your body feels, how your energy level is, any thoughts or emotions. And then very gently let the eyes open. So make your way to the front or top of your mat. Same thing, setting up with that mountain pose, that conscious footing of our grounding to the earth. And then as you inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead. Bring the palms together. And then as you exhale, bring the hands to the heart, bend the knees, fold all the way down, take a forward bend here. Bend the knees very much, very generously. Let the crown of the head release down, take a breath here. And then inhale, come halfway up, lengthen through the crown of the head, find nice length in the spine. Think of drawing the lowest ribs towards the hips, supporting that lower abdominal muscle and the lower back. And then bend the knees out over the toes, sweep the arms forward, come to a chair pose. So your arms can be up alongside the ears, or if it's better for your shoulders, your hands can be straight forward, arms straight forward, or even rest your hands on your lower back, whatever feels best for you. Inhale and exhale. And then once again, take that forward bend, and then take a big step back with the right leg, and the left leg come back to a plank pose. So wrist under shoulders, press through the heels, lengthen through the crown of the head. If you need a little support for your lower back, drop the knees down to the mat, but keep those core muscles engaged. Inhale and exhale. And then roll a little forward across your toes, bring your knees down, crisscross the ankles, nice deep inhale, exhale, bend the elbows back towards the hips, lower down onto your belly, and then straighten the legs, press into the feet, hands beside the chest, hug the elbows in. Inhale, lifting the forehead, the upper chest, coming into a low cobra. Exhale, lower back down, and then curl the toes under, press into the hands. Inhale up through your table pose to that plank pose once again, and then send your sit bones up and back to downward facing dog. So make sure your hands are shoulders distance apart, feet hip distance apart. Find your breath here. Inhale and exhale. And then really thinking of pressing down through the left ball of the foot and reaching that left heel down. It does not have to touch the mat, but just feel that nice stretch down the back of the left leg. Inhale, lift the right leg up, and then look towards the hands, bend the right knee, step the right foot up beside the right hand. Take your left leg, step it a little to the left, turn the toes out slightly, draw the right hip back. Press into the feet, float the arms all the way up and overhead, come to warrior one. So bring your hands a moment to the hips. Think of that right hip drawing back. We're pressing into all four corners of that back foot, especially the outside edge. And then think of lifting the inner arch of the foot. And then float the arms again all the way up, lowest ribs, draw towards the hips. Inhale and exhale. And then release both hands down to your mat. Step back with that left foot. And with the right foot, come back again to that downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Now inhale, lift the left leg up high, and then look towards the hands, bend the left knee, step it up beside the left hand, step the right foot a little forward into the side so that we have the toes turned out slightly. We're drawing that left hip back, press into the feet, come all the way up to that warrior one. And again, take a moment to check in with the hips. That left hip's drawing back. The left knee is right over top of the ankle, not shooting forward. Inhale and exhale. And then bring both hands again down on either side of the front foot. Step that right leg back and the left leg back. Come back again to that downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Now look towards the hands. Big step forward, right leg and left leg back to that standing forward bend. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold all the way down, press into the feet, float the arms out to the side, coming all the way up, palms together. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, once again, float the arms all the way up. Palms together, exhale, the hands to the heart, fold all the way down. Inhale again, halfway up. Send the knees out over the toes, sweep those arms forward. This time we're going to come to a chair twist. So bring your left hand to your sacrum, bring your right hand to the outside of the left knee. Rotate your torso towards the left. Think of, as you rotate the torso, make sure the knees are still tracking towards the toes. The right knee may track a little in front if that feels better for your lower back, but make sure the knees don't wing to the side, one side or to the other. And then slowly untwist, bring the palms together, shoot the arms forward, come all the way up. And then once again, exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen through the crown of the head. Bend the knees again, find that chair pose. Inhale and exhale. And then taking the twist the second direction. So right hand to the sacrum, left hand outside the right knee. Press the right knee out into that left hand as you revolve. So your left knee and your right knee stay tracking towards those toes and not winging in or out. Inhale and exhale. And then untwist again, come all the way back, palms together, shoot the arms forward, come all the way up. And then once again, exhale, fold all the way back down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Step back to plank pose. Lead with the left leg this time. Left leg steps back and the right leg steps back. Find your alignment in your plank pose. Roll forward across the toes, knees down. Again, toes can stay down or you can lift the knees, your option, or lift the toes, excuse me, and feet. And then lower all the way to your belly. Press into the tops of the feet, hands beside the chest. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, lower down. Curl the toes under, press up to a table pose, and then downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. And then gently release the knees down to the mat. Uncurl the toes, come back to a child pose. Hips towards the heels, forehead towards the mat. If your forehead doesn't come all the way down, you can stack your hands up, letting your head rest on your hands. You can take that blanket or cushion that you have and be supported there if you'd like. Now take a few breaths. Inhale and exhale. And then pressing into the hands, we're going to inhale, come up to table pose. And then coming all the way to a kneeling position. So in this kneeling position, we're going to do a little front extension here. Actually, I want to say it's turning sideways a little better for you to see. So just like mountain pose standing, knees are underneath the hips. Hips are under the shoulders. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. Inhale, float the arms all the way up. And then exhale, bring the hands down onto the lower back. Fingertips pointing down, draw the shoulder blades together. Press into the feet, lift the sternum, lift the heart. Maybe your gaze is a little up. Maybe you just keep your chin towards your collarbones and just get a nice little extension here. Think of pressing the hips forward, press into the tops of the feet. Get a nice little opening through the front of the body. Inhale and exhale. And then gently come back to center. We're going to do a little variation of crescent moon here from kneeling position. So bring your right hand to your hip, float your left arm all the way up and overhead, reach up and over to the side. Feel that nice opening and stretch through the left side of the body. Breathe into the ribs. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, come all the way up. Float the left arm down, switching sides. Left hand to the hip, float the right arm up and overhead. Reach up and over to your left. Inhale and exhale. And then come all the way back up. Release the right hand down. Inhale again, both arms up and overhead. Palms together. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. And then just sitting back onto the heels, just for transition. If it's not, you're not going to stay here, so just swing the hips off to the side. So any of you that have issues with your knees, and then find that cushion or blanket to sit up on. Start with the legs extended out in front of you in Dandasana. You can spiral the thighs inward a little bit here, hands on either side of the hips. Roll the shoulders back. And then bend the right knee. Bring your right foot to the outside of the left leg. Press into all four corners of that right foot. Find length up through the spine. Hug the right knee, towards that left shoulder by either two options, threading the arm under or bringing the hand around in front, whatever feels best for your shoulder. And then float the right arm all the way up, then backstroke the hand down behind you, and then very gently revolve your torso to the right. So spinal twist here, inhale and exhale. Good, another breath, inhale and exhale. And then slowly come back to center. Bring that right leg back out. Reestablish that mountain variation in Dandasana, staff pose, that nice length in your spine. And then bend the left knee, bring the left foot to the outside of that right leg. Right hand threads underneath that left knee, and then float the left arm up, backstroke it down behind you, and then gently again revolve your torso now to the left. So thinking of foundation here, so we have even weight in the sit bones, we're pressing into that sole of that left foot, we're extending out through the right leg, we're lengthening the spine up. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale again, lengthening up through the crown of the head, untwist, come back to center, bring that left leg back out, find your mountain pose in your Dandasana, again, that nice length in your spine. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to bend the right knee, bring the right knee in towards the midline, and then open the left leg a little out to the side. Doesn't matter how far you go here, but just finding a little opening. And then we're going to bring the left hand to rest on the left leg. Bring the right arm up and overhead, and a little lateral flexion here. So just reach up and over to the left. Inhale and exhale. You can maybe slide that arm a little bit out on that extended leg if you'd like, or you can bring that hand, palm facing up, over to the opposite leg. Whatever feels best for you, but nice opening and breathing into the right side of the body. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, come all the way up, float the arms all the way up. And then just take a little twist to your right here. So left hand in front, right hand behind you. Another little variation of a twist. And then come back to center. Bring both legs back in, reset here in Dandasana. Inhale and exhale. And now bend your left knee, bring that left heel in towards the midline, open the right leg out. Again, find that balance on your sit bones. Let the right hand rest on the right leg, left arm out by your side. Inhale the arm up, and then reach up and over to the right. So think of keeping that sternum and the shoulders facing forward. There's different variations of this pose. We could rotate and reach over towards this foot, but I want to find a stretch right in the side seam here. So if we go directly over to the side, that's where we're going to feel that stretch a little bit more, really opening up through the ribs. And then same thing here, you can bring that right hand, reaching up and reaching over towards that left hip crease if you'd like. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale again, come all the way up. And then take that little counter twist to the left. Inhale and exhale. And then slowly again come back to center. And just come to a comfortable seated position. Let your hands rest on your thighs, palms up or down. Maybe close the eyes for a few moments and just reconnect again with how your body feels. Inhale and exhale. And then very gently, as you're ready, letting the eyes open. So thank you so much for joining me today. Again, a little practice in the start, a little movement to warm the body up, and then a little focus on some twist and some opening for the sides of the body. Anytime we work on twist, very beneficial for digestion, and anytime we open up sides of the body, very beneficial for our breath, opening up through the ribs. So thanks again for joining me today. I hope to see you sometime soon in the saddle or on the mat. Thanks. Bye-bye.